Evening, everybody. It's Friday night. It's about 9 o'clock. We're a little late. I had to go Tinkies. And it's that's what I'm going to tell
Very professional.
You, right? Hey, it's a tough day to come out and try and do a silly G.I. Joe podcast. We're going to give it our best shot. We'll be right back with you with special guest Joe Slepski from Joe on Joe podcast right after you listen to our wonderful kick-ass theme song. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. What's on Joe Mind? We're a fan cast about the world of G.I. Joe. I'm your host, Mike Irizarry. Joining me here in the top row, she's back after a week of internet service provider exile.
So fucking dumb.
Right? We need to add that to your list. Like, it's been a tough year for Joe Colton. It's a tough year. But she is the co-hostess with the co-mostess and the queen of G.I. Joe cosplay. That's right. It's Joe Colton, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Well, for some people.
Right? I mean, so Joe Colton, it's been we've had illness.
Yeah.
We've had work.
Yeah.
We've had conventions, which are not a bad thing. That's a good reason to miss.
Yeah.
Now it's just the internet itself is revolting against you.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Is it are we at least settling down on that end?
Yes, the internet is back.
All right, good.
Yeah. It was back the next morning at like 9.
Okay. Well, we don't that's not our show, so we don't do mornings.
Yeah.
That would be nonsense. That would really get in the way of the drinking.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
we can do.
You also
Everyone
missed
get
the swear jar, by the way, but I'm not going to point it out.
I didn't miss it. I am not prepared. I don't have it handy. So
Not prepared.
But hey, look, it's been a week on this end too, okay? But if you want to help buy Joe Colton out of the swear jar,
hey.
go ahead and visit our coffee links down below if you got a couple of bucks later.
I'm telling you right now, I might be fucking swearing a lot today.
Right. Absolutely. I don't think you'll be alone in that one.
Yeah.
And
telling you right now.
Joining us in the bottom row, he's our traditional fourth chair with a temporary promotion. Fucking Ragtime Rob.
Hi.
I got everybody. All right, good deal.
All right, I'm going to swear for another country. Bollocks.
Pull out the Justin Bell classic, I say. Nod to former hosts. Anybody want to go German and just go with the Scheißen all over the place?
Maybe.
Anyways, Joe, how was your week, Ragtime Rob, here in summertime when you don't deal with kids?
Delightfully uneventful.
Yeah, everybody needs to understand that school's been out for about 2 weeks and Ragtime Rob has turned into a bum. A bum. But the way this school year went, that's absolutely deserved. So
yeah.
No criticism.
I'm happy to be alive.
I'm jealous of your bumness. If that helps. Because you'll vouch. I've been at work a heck of a lot more the last month or so than I had been at any point previous. So
yeah. Oh, you did have that nice 4-day weekend.
Right. But I had to use vacation time for that. And what happened? Our family canceled our plans and didn't tell us.
Yeah.
But we'll get more into that later because I know our guest host tonight hates show intros.
He does.
Despises them. Look at him over there. He's seething.
I'm cackling.
He's frying egg on his forehead. He's so upset.
Tell me more about your mid-Thursday afternoon plans.
We should get him a cat to stroke there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? may have to find that get that image out of there and like Photoshop a frying egg on it.
I have a tiny dog, and if she comes by, I will start. I'll give her
Oh, excellent.
yeah,
Just as
Excellent.
good.
yeah. Hey guys, thank you for having me.
Yeah, Joe Slepski is here for the Joe on Joe podcast.
Woohoo.
Woo! Yeah, excited to be back. It's always too long in between visits. And Mike, thank you for inviting me. I'm excited for collaborations upcoming.
Absolutely. Not to let it too far out of the bag, because I did talk a little bit a couple weeks ago, but I will be a part of Joe's Cobra Convergence project this year. And so
Yes.
when we got together,
very excited.
We got together to record that is when we set this up. So, the G.I. Joe podcast game, it's all very incestuous.
It's all very incestuous. You did a fabulous job. I cannot wait for people to hear it. If you guys enjoyed Cold Slither, if you enjoyed my special missions, then I think you will enjoy our very next show, which will be dropping mid-July, and that's all I can say.
Yes. It's again, more credit for Ragtime Rob. I have the script. I printed it out. Like I was going off paper, and I have left it out in the same place, and it is untouched. It is not like Ragtime Rob has not at any point spoiled this for himself.
Oh, good. Well, I hope it lives up to the hype, and it's fun to do it. I wish I had done more of these. I have a few more ideas in my head, so I enjoy putting these mock shows together, and I think this one I've got a real personal stoinger for. So I think it's going to be awesome. And I'll tease this. You play General Hawk, and you can imagine that deep Mike voice, just.
Let's roll out, Joes.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I can't wait, man. You're fabulous. So it's exciting. So I'm excited for it.
Yes, it's very, very deep and luxurious, General Hawk. Yes.
Welcome to the pit. You seem to have caught me napping.
Hello, didn't see you there.
Oh, beachhead. I'm sorry. Is this stall occupied?
Now we're getting into some
That's what I'm saying. You're a beachhead guy, right?
some different stuff.
Yeah. Ooh. Hey, my show is called Joe on Joe.
Yes, tell us a little bit about it. Hey, and we got some new folks, man. Tell us a little bit.
Okay, my Joe on Joe every week, every Wednesday I drop. It is me talking about G.I. Joe. We have covered all of the cartoons sequentially through Sunbow, DIC. We even did Extreme. And then I pivoted. Primarily, a big part of it was due to COVID and lack of being able to get interviews and travel around and stuff. So now for a while I've been doing solo shows where it's me breaking down comic books. We're going in sequential order. I'm all the way up to Real American Hero, like 129 or something like that.
So you're into the good years.
Oh yeah, we just did 6 issue where the quote unquote Ninja Force literally did nothing. They were in every episode. They were in every single issue, but they would stand on the wall and be like, look, stuff's going down in the castle, and didn't do nothing. Then they'd get to the castle, be like, stuff's going down up front, didn't do nothing. So it's a real great time for Joe comic books, but I'm excited. So I go page by page, panel by panel. As you can see behind me, that is what you're looking at. Our what is it? 8, 1, 2, 3. That is 10 boxes. So that is less than 10% of my collection. You know, that is much less than 10%. It's probably closer to about 8% of my collection. So I know my comics, and so I like to break them down page by page, panel by panel. So
at some point this week, if Ragtime Rob just appears on your front doorstep with a duffel bag full of clothes, don't let it.
Look. I have like less than half that collection, and I have way too much. So
yeah. It's a lot. My wife's a saint. Don't get me wrong. But so it's fun. So so I've been doing the show, and give it a listen, Joe and Joe Pod, and we have fun.
All right, and I know our live count is a little low at this point because I imagine a good chunk of our audience is live at JoeFest. They're out tripping the light, fantastic, and so is our special guest. We're going to bring him in right now, live from Augusta, Georgia, at JoeFest, on the floor. Well, close to the floor. They kicked him out of the floor. It's Hooded Cobra Commander 788. Brian.
It is indeed. Hello, Mike, Rob, and persons called Joe, the What's on Joe Mind gang.
Multiple Joes.
And all the ships at sea.
It does get confusing.
But how was your trip down, man? You're going from Oklahoma, so I imagine that's a trip where the thought of maybe just driving off the side of the road it happens about every 6 hours.
It's rather lengthy, and I did bring my daughter with me. She wanted to go, but there's only so much driving, only so much road trip a teenage kid can endure. So I did break it up. We didn't do the whole stretch in one go, but yeah, it's a fair distance. It's a fair drive from my home state, but worth it. It was worth it. I've already got to see a lot of people that I know and haven't seen for a few years, and people that I missed, and I've met a lot of new people. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been really cool. As you can see, currently the crowd is gathering,
yeah.
And a sense of excitement is
Filled the air.
washing over the throng.
Yes, Joe Slepski.
It's electric here in Augusta.
Joe Slepski absolutely pegged this as the intro to G.I. Joe Extreme panel.
Yeah.
So that's where you're at for that.
Yeah.
But have you had any celebrity encounters so far at the JoeFest, at the Augusta Comic Show?
I did, in fact, run into noted author James Kavanaugh, and
is he wearing pants?
he was at the time that I saw him. I can't guarantee that he did the entire day, but at least at that moment, he kept his pants on.
What time of the day was that?
It was shortly after actually it was a little bit before the show started. So he really hadn't had a chance to get going yet. So
4 a.m. in his hotel room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ran into Carson from 3D Joe's. Ron Rudat, I think, is supposed to be here tomorrow. So we haven't seen him yet, but just a lot of the old gang that we used to hang out with at JoeCon. So that was fun. And I've got my table here. Had a ton of people come up to the table. I'm doing my my JoeFest card for everyone to sign again, and so I've got a lot of people signed the card. It's been a lot of fun. It's been really cool. And I say cool metaphorically because it's actually very hot.
You're in what, northern Georgia, so I'm sure it's about 120 degrees with humidity.
It's blazing. Yes, it's hotter than the surface of the sun.
And I'm in Oklahoma. Do you get the dry heat, or are you in that Missouri stank heat?
We're closer to Missouri. Yeah, it's pretty miserable. So it's like it's not any worse here than it was there. It's not any better either.
There we go. There's your intro right there. Greetings, Augusta, Georgia, from the United States. Sounds about right.
Greetings, United States. Greetings, United States from Augusta, Georgia.
So Matt Rubin's got a question. Did you sell out your prints yet?
I'm doing sketches, doing originals, and I haven't sold out yet, but I've sold quite a few of them. A lot of people have picked them up. There's still plenty left. And probably this evening before I wrap things up, I'll try to scratch out a few more. So yeah, that's going gangbusters. We've actually had quite a lot of traffic. The Friday portion of the show is only like from 5 till 8, so it's not the full day. But even for such a short time period, it's been quite busy. So yeah.
Good. Anybody else have any questions for our good friend, Mr. Lower?
No, I think
no questions for the JoeFest. Everybody,
Are you planning on wearing an actual hood this week, an actual like Cobra Commander? Are you going to represent it, or are you just going to emotionally represent?
I embody that with my personality more. I did think about. I do have a hood, and I thought about bringing it, but it's like, I'm vain. I'm very vain, and I want people to recognize me and treat me like a celebrity. So
point.
I'm like, well, yeah.
Yeah. Plus, that could elevate the temperatures to beyond the sun.
Yeah.
If you throw a nice wool cloth over your head.
So
And it's quite cool in here. It's quite cool in here, but outside it's rather sultry.
Toy Bounty Hunter does have a good point. Wearing a hood in Georgia is not a good idea.
Yeah. That also, yeah. Fair point. Fair point. Yes.
Phil Donnelly asks, what is the average airspeed of an unladen swallow? I think he's just jealous because he's not on the show this week like he was last week.
And also, we need to clarify, is it African or European?
I mean, there you go. But
I don't know that.
Hans Chow asks, are you going next year too, Mr. Hoodrow? He's coming 8,000 miles from a different country.
Well, then I want to meet the legendary Hans Chow, so I guess I better be there.
There you go. See, it's not an official invite, but there you go. From future guest Hans Chow.
Hans,
baby. Yeah.
Hans, blah blah blah. But so what parting advice do you have for everybody looking to make the trip?
If you can, if you have to drive long distances, especially in this part of the country and this time of the year, I would break that up. I've talked to a few people who have driven straight through. That's pretty brutal. Maybe if I were in my younger days, I definitely would have driven straight through. It's Augusta is a nice town. They have some good hotels. They have some stuff to do. This is like a fairly big show for this town. Lots of people show up. So if you're at all inclined to come out, then this is a great opportunity to actually make some connections with some Joe fans. One thing that I found difficult when I first started going to JoeCon is like meeting people, making friends and being kind of the new guy. It was difficult to kind of break into those circles of people who had known each other for years. And now, if you're new, if you're going to the show for the first time, and if I'm there, find me, come and find me. This is what I look like. I look like this all the time, and just talk to me. I will hang out with you. I will introduce you to people. I will make sure you feel included. So I guess that's my advice. Come and find me, and we'll hang out, and we'll talk about G.I. Joe or some other junk.
There you go. But Brian, do you have any other last words for us? I know I don't want to hold you up too much from the evening's festivities, so you can go out and connect with your fans and with G.I. Joe fans, and maybe just relax yourself after your long cross country voyage. So, any parting shots?
That is fair. I'm being rushed here. I'm having to. I'm barely holding back the throng of fans that are trying to rush me right now. I probably should get out of here before they rip my clothes off. That would be embarrassing.
That would be a different type of show.
It sure would.
I'm staying tuned in. I'm staying tuned in for that show.
Yeah, insane fans, please stop now. Yeah, I said stop. Yeah, so before these insane crazy fans that are surrounding me right now violate my consent and my bodily autonomy, I guess I better cut out and find a safe place to hide. But it's been a great pleasure joining you live from JoeFest. All persons named Joe, and also Mike and Rob.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much. We threw this together super last minute, so I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to go through all the setup and then sit here with us for a while. It's always fun to do live stuff.
Yeah.
And to everyone that I met today, thanks everyone. And if you're watching, hi. I wanted to mention people, but I don't want to forget anybody. So I'll just say hi to everybody, and hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow or maybe later tonight as well.
If you met this guy on the screen at JoeFest, he says hello.
You're adorable.
It's great to see you, Brian.
All right. See you guys later.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Brian.
On the way
Bye,
back, man.
Brian.
We'll get a review from you later.
Okay.
But
Bye.
you have a good night, my friend. All right.
So
There we go.
adorable.
Great guy.
Oh yeah, absolutely one of our favorites.
Asset to the community. Absolutely.
Yes.
He is. Look as Racktime Rob slides even further down the pecking order.
Oh, no goodness. I poisoned those Skittles.
Look, that was a couple weeks ago at this point.
Yeah,
If they would have killed me, I'd already be dead.
it's a slow poison.
Whatever. Hey, don't do me any favors. But yeah, if you're watching us on Facebook tonight, go ahead and leave us some kind of a reaction. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a heart. Give us a little huggy guy. We love little huggy guy. If you're watching us on YouTube, that's really where you can help us the most, by liking the video and, of course, subscribing to the channel. That's what you can do. That will help us out the most. And, of course, watch our videos when they come on. We're back every Friday at 9 p.m. But hey, if that doesn't work for you, we'll let you watch it in reruns. That's fine. We're not mad at you. Some of our best fans are rerun fans. So
Fans of both the show and the character rerun from what's happening.
from what's
Well, I mean,
Yeah. I mean, let's be real.
the great Freddie Banks, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was Fred Berry.
I'm sorry, you're correct. It is Fred Berry. Hey, look, maybe I'm not as big a fan as I thought I was.
Clearly not.
Hey, I still have to do mental math to get all the Dreadnoks right. So really, none among us can point fingers.
Well, it's Buzzer, Ripper, Torch, Shemp.
Yeah, but I have to go
Dewey.
blonde. I have to, in my brain, I always have to say blonde Buzzer.
Yeah.
Right.
I always have to say blonde Buzzer.
And
then
Theodore.
I can, yeah.
Shemp, Dewey, Theodore, and of course rerun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
And the Dreadnought, no one talks about Joe Besser.
Yeah. Joe Besser.
Come on, Joe Besser was funny. It wasn't his fault. He'd come out on Abbott and Costello. He'd do a little stinky. It was hilarious.
He was a cartoon voice for Hanna-Barbera for the next 20 years.
Joe Colton has no idea what we're talking about. She is
No.
She's like, oh my God, there's another one that tacks on to this weird C-list celebrity minutia from the 50s.
Nope.
Oh my God. But we're sorry, Joe Colton. We'll try and bring this back more into your realm.
It's okay.
All right. So anyways, yeah, Joe Slepski is with us. We'll get Brian's channel information down below. If you don't know where he is, what are you doing here? Because he probably sent you. So yeah, but yeah, I didn't want to ruin the surprise too early. But yeah, he's always a good sport. Love collaborating with Brian on stuff. Glad he was able to squeeze us in out of his busy social schedule. Joe Slepski, you know what we do next?
No, I don't.
What we do?
I don't have show notes. I don't know.
There's no show notes. We don't do show notes. It's time for community calendar.
There's a Comic-Con or a toy show. What's on Joe mind? Wants to know. Tell Mike, Mark, and Joe. Community calendar.
Speaking of hating show intros,
That is my favorite 14 seconds of the entire program.
Yeah, it was great.
I think Ms. Colton hates a certain show intro there.
Look, the man wrote us a theme song. We have to use it. We have to use it.
I don't think her issue's with the music.
All right. Well, whatever. Whatever. I guess. Get this up in the stream now. Oh, hey. As if you've been paying attention at all, provided you are not in a vegetative state, JoeFest is happening this weekend. Started today, June 24th. It runs through Sunday the 26th. It is at the the Augusta Convention Center in Augusta, Georgia. So if you're within a couple hours of that, I would say it's certainly worth the trip. That's going to be the biggest Joe dealer room you see in a while. Guests include Michael Bell, Greg Berger, Arthur Berghardt, and Keone Young, and a whole lot more. I hear Jerry the King Lawler's out there. I hear Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is out there. Not there, Joe the nickname Slepski.
No, not there.
Not there.
No, sitting in Los Angeles.
Right. But everybody else is there. So by all means, if
I need to get there one year. I've various reasons every year I don't make it to a Joe show, so I need to.
I mean, you're in Southern California. Why don't you get to the SoCal show?
Oh, I get to that one. Yeah, I get to that one when it's in Pasadena.
Well,
That's
that counts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. I'm talking like the big one, the Augusta one.
Well, sure, but I'm just look that SoCal one's a pretty big one.
It is good. It's excellent. Yeah, it's excellent. I'm just
All right.
I wanna travel.
Oh wow. Well, that's going to be a voyage for you, man.
Yeah.
Hope you can get somebody to pick you up in Atlanta, because it's a 2-hour drive from there.
Is it? It's Augusta. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't just drive. You can't just fly into Atlanta and be there. No. There is another leg to that journey. You can fly into Augusta, but that gets increasingly difficult and cost prohibitive at that point.
Well, you know that you're just talking me out of going again next year.
I'm just saying. You just. I'm telling you what to plan for. Phil Donnelly says Pasadena Robo Toy Fest, Joe Show, and SoCal Joe Show aren't that big. Well, fine, Phil. You put on a bigger show then.
So it's Phil Donnelly taking shots.
Right? I mean, that's
shots
Here we
fired.
are trying to pump the community up, and Phil once again trying to drag us all down to the bottom.
once again.
No wonder we didn't bring him back from last week. No wonder. Shame on you, Phil.
Oh,
Shame.
Poor Phil.
Poor Biff. See, Diana Davis has a better spin. All I'm saying is that in LA, 2-hour drives are morning commutes.
Yeah.
You go.
She's not wrong.
Yep.
Let's go to the local
Diana
Trader
Davis,
Joe's.
fabulous contributor to Saturday Morning Adventures. Fantastic miniseries that just wrapped up.
And Augusta, Matt Rubin, Augusta does have an airport. It's one of those small ones, and there aren't a whole lot of options as far as flying in and out of there.
Yeah, it's mostly drug smugglers.
No.
And people learning how to fly prop planes.
No, it's mostly golfers.
Golfers taking their private planes.
Oh, yeah.
Rich
Yeah,
with
there's a
LIV
huge
money.
Yeah, isn't there there's a huge golf thing out of Augusta, right?
That's
The
where
The Masters.
played it.
Masters, right. Yeah, okay.
A tradition unlike any other, according to Jim Nance.
A tradition unlike any other.
Jim Nance.
Except all the other golf contests that happen every other weekend.
Right.
Tournaments, not contests. That's how much I care about golf.
Yeah, exactly.
It's unlike any other except for every other golf tournament.
What do you think he's going to try and do there, Jim?
I think he's going to try to hit the ball in the hole
Yes.
Excellent.
Fascinating.
in as few strokes as possible.
Stop it. Throw out the record book.
Happening.
Joe Colton, any thoughts on golf?
No.
Of course not. But don't forget to stop by the Eagle Force booth. Get yourself one of these JoeFest exclusive figure Riot ASPS figures. Joe Slepski, you sounded like you were about to have a thought there.
Well, that's pretty cool. That dude looks pretty cool. I like that. Oh no, I was thinking, JoJo had baseball players, we had football players.
Sure.
We had a big lob basketball player. We never did a golfer, and we never did a hockey player, right? Like they never, you know what I mean? Like they should have brought a Canadian, because they had Big Ben from England, like they should have brought a Canadian guy in, put him in a hockey jersey.
There was a Canadian. He just didn't have anything to do with hockey.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like they should have done like a hockey guy, and then you do a golf guy. You imagine a golf guy with a big golf, just a weaponized golf club. He sticks on his backpack.
had backstop, actually been a goalie, he would have had an excuse for the yellow pants.
Right? Yeah. I mean, the name's right there.
The Eagle Force booth also has images of upcoming figures. Yes, and I've seen those. We don't have time, so we will certainly cover those. There just wasn't enough time to get everything that's going on at JoeFest. That's why we're going to have a hopefully put together something of a JoeFest review show, because a lot of folks are revealing things this weekend, and frankly, we need time to catch up to it all too. But yes, lots of stuff. Even if you go over to the Eagle Force Facebook page, you can see some of those reveals now.
Oh, Viper, you know what? You're right. Backstop's a baseball term.
Backstop.
No, yeah. Backstop's behind you in the cage behind you in baseball, right?
I believe a goalie can often be called a backstop.
Yes,
Yeah, I think so.
It is,
Yeah.
it is
Okay. Yeah.
It is a term applied to both sports. But so yeah, that's it for JoeFest there. What we promise, we won't wave the show in your face that you're not at anymore. Also this weekend, if you're in the Charlotte area, Heroes Con is going on. Started today as well. That is at the Charlotte Convention Center. Info and ticket information is available at heroesonline.com. Guests include our good friend Larry Hama. Also luminaries like Chris Claremont, Bob McLeod, John Romita Jr., Louise Simonson, Walt Simonson, Roy Thomas, and just that guest list was ridiculous. Okay,
That's
there's got to
great.
be there's
That
got to be
is A-list comic talent just from what we see there.
Yep. That like there's A-listers that I just didn't have room to put in the graphic. So yeah, absolutely. If you're around Charlotte and you're not at Heroes Con, you got no excuses.
I've always heard really good things about that show.
I mean, that guest list says there's very few shows with that kind of star power going out to it. This has to be one of the biggest shows in the country.
Mm-hmm.
You going to get to that one instead, Joe Slepski?
I would. I wish.
At least Charlotte has a big enough airport.
Right.
Listen, not technically the last time I flew, but the time before I flew, my car got stolen from the LAX airport. So I'm a little gun shy on flying these days.
Yeah.
You didn't need that car. Come on.
When I got it back, though, and he did leave my Joe on Joe business card. So I was like, well, that's nice.
He probably only took one.
Yeah. Who knows? He might be a listener now.
Right.
I don't know.
He's a gentleman.
Hey, I stole that guy's car once.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. That'd be fantastic. I kind of wish somebody would steal Ragtime Rob's car, just to be like, "Hey, I stole that guy." Anyway.
Hey, Mike, you're not far from Chicago. I know some people. We can make that happen.
Mm. Oh, we are certainly within the rings of that crime syndicate. Indianapolis, that's not far at all. Be here and gone in the space of a day. Oh my God, it's all coming out as punchiness tonight, and I apologize. Kind of. Not really, but kind of. Looking forward past the holiday weekend. Thanks to our Pittsburgh hookup, Matt Rubin, on this one. The Waynesburg Toy and Comic Expo coming up on July 6th. Is that the 6th? I can't even remember. July 9th, I'm sorry. From 9 to 5. That is, it looks like a little local show sponsored by Jack FM, your favorite network radio program that just plays whatever nonsense it can string together. But yeah, get yourself out to that if you're in or around Pittsburgh, as Matt Rubin tends to be. You can see the guest there. That is former WWE diva Rosa Mendez and some comic guy who I can't read. Jason Keith. Thank you. I'm here all week. You know Jason Keith, Rob?
No, it's not ringing a bell.
All right.
I do. He's a friend of mine.
What's he
Okay.
do?
Good artist, good illustrator, good person. Very
What's he working on?
Awesome.
I was not expecting deep cut comic knowledge from Joe Colton. I guess I'm not surprised.
She knows people.
I know she knows people. She knows all kinds of people.
He's actually got a con that he's starting up in October 2nd and 3rd in Richmond, Virginia, called Cosplay World.
Okay, so that's him.
Yeah.
Are you going to that one?
I am a guest.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Matt Rubin's going to humble brag. Lived in Pittsburgh for 40 out of almost 42 years. Kind of hard not to know what's going on around here. Well, I'll tell you what. I've been back in Indy now for 2 years, and I know absolutely nothing about what's going on around here.
I don't think you're missing much.
Hans says that Jason Keith looks like Ben Affleck. If you actually meet him in person, he looks like Chris Pratt. And his Instagram handle is Crisp Pratt. So
Cool. Does he put the H in crisp?
yes.
One underestimates Joe Colton's comic knowledge at one's own peril.
Yeah, just because I don't say anything doesn't mean that I don't know stuff.
Well, no, but
we need to put that one on the next T-shirt.
Right?
It's a good slogan.
Yeah. First off,
I'm reminded of Mallrats. Just because I read comics doesn't mean I can't start some shit.
Right. I'm really just sitting here being amused by Joe Colton's assertion that she is quiet. That is,
she's quiet currently.
Somehow she gets quiet on the show when we don't want her to be quiet.
Yes.
But the rest of the time, I promise you, when the cameras are off, Joe Colton is a whirlwind. She is a dervish of activity.
You say things. I don't understand what you're saying.
And Chow says he's a handsome man. Chris Pratt or Ben Affleck.
He
Delicious.
he is quite a handsome man. His calves are enormous. Like, they're the size of Wes's head. Like, every time we introduce people to him, we're like, just look at his calves. Because they're very defined and gigantic.
Does he have to wear? Is he one of those guys that has to wear shorts all the time?
He doesn't have to wear shorts.
But any jeans he puts on turn into shorts when he flexes those calves.
Right.
It's like Lou Ferrigno pants in the old Incredible Hulk.
So we met him in Richmond, and it was hot. So he had to wear shorts. And so, like, the whole time I was staring at his legs. And Wes was like, they're just so big.
Oh my God.
So every time he talked about him, anybody in the group, he's like, you got to meet him. He's amazing. Jason's great. It's funny. But you got to see his legs. His calves are amazing.
Jason, the leg man, Keith.
You know, it's gonna come out that like he draws standing up or something, and that's why his legs are so toned.
So Wes asked him, he's like, how's a comic book artist like have calves like that? And so he works, he's a workout nut. And so he loves working out his calves.
He's got one of those pedal things underneath his chair all the time.
Those don't work. I've had those. Those don't work. Those don't work.
I have to admit that I did not expect neither the breadth or the depth of the discussion on the Waynesburg Toy and Comic Expo to go quite this deep. I have to admit this. I did not expect this to
Why?
to go on. I'm just saying.
Well, they're bound to fill up now with all this hot press,
right?
That's the things about good-looking big calves. They sneak up on you.
Yeah.
At the last con, he lifted me up.
Well, I mean, that's not impossible.
So random.
I mean, you are 7'3", but there's leverages involved.
Yeah. And then he had to do it again because he wanted a picture of it. And he was like, it's the end of the day. I've been walking. I was like, come on.
Like, I lifted you up. So
Yeah.
that's not that impressive.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you did try to attack me. You
I did.
You flew through the air.
Yes.
I caught you and just kept you there for a while.
Yes. It was quite fun. I want to do that again.
Oh, no. I am not a young man anymore.
Yeah, we're going to do it again.
You're just trying to win. That's all.
Yeah. No, I just, yeah.
It's You get 5 bonus points if the big man goes down. Anyway.
Delicious.
Up next, it's another edition of the Toy Man Show just outside St. Louis in Bridgeton, Missouri. That'll be on Sunday, July 9th. Remember, Toy Man happens 7 times a year in that glorious city. Great toy show. That Machinist Hall is a big place. They've got 2 levels full every time. So be sure to check them out on Facebook. You want the complete schedule, complete guest lists. $5 admission. You can pay a little. I forget what VIP is, but you can get in a little earlier if you pay a little bit more. And there you go.
July 9th is a Saturday.
Is it? I don't know. Toy Man's always Sunday. So that's weird. I don't know. I was working on the community calendar about 10 minutes before we got going on the show tonight. So the dates, double check my dates. That's a terrible thing to say when you're doing a calendar segment, but whatever. I don't feel bad about it. So Sunday, July 10th, because I have no way to change that now. Thanks, Rack Time, Rob.
Well, had you told me beforehand, I would have checked it for you.
Yeah, dick.
So somewhere Julian Day just got an erection.
What?
That was a deep cut. That was funny.
If you say
Julian Day is the real name of Batman's villain, the Calendar Man. And all this hot calendar talk just gave Julian Day a boner.
Well, that's too deep of a cut.
You underestimate my comic knowledge at your peril.
No.
Which costume did he pull out for that one?
Fine.
Like that's a Batman.
Joe.
That's a Batman thing. I expect that Rack Time Rob caught it and it just wasn't that funny.
I really don't want to see the costume he wears for National Boner Day.
Right? What?
It's the same one he uses, same one he breaks out for Arbor Day. There's a lot of wood involved.
Look, man, don't be bringing Arbor Day down. That's our birthday. It's the show's birthday.
They got a Charlie Brown special.
Our show clicks another calendar year on Arbor Day weekend. Yeah.
Well, Philip, you only acknowledge Condiment King because you guys have good taste.
See, now that's quality. There's some dad jokings right there.
Yeah.
That's we might as well just put Honcho underneath you at this point. That's all we got on the community calendar. You're coming up on the July 4th weekend, so things are slowing down a little bit after this one. But it'll pick back up. We'll get it. We'll get it back.
There's a Comic-Con or a toy show. What's on Joe mind? Wants to know. Tell Mike, Mark, and Joe. Community Calendar.
Again, I just like to play that as often as possible. Because when I'm looking on the TV, and Joe Colton wasn't here last week when I let this go, but like it rolls just a little bit when I have YouTube on the TV screen, and so I'll flip over to this. Now, do I actually watch our show on the TV after I've recorded? No, I do not. But I like seeing the little thumbnail on the screen because it always takes the part with the most motion, and that is very often the bit where the weird picture of Joe Colton goes by. So it makes me laugh on an almost daily basis. It brings me joy. Look, you took the silly picture. Don't give me the steely laser eyes. Don't be doing that. You did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. Oh, now she's out of focus. Joe Slepski, what's
off the Christmas card list?
I told you I'd get my dog in here.
Yes. What's her name again?
That's Shirley Feeney.
That's right.
Yeah. She can also be heard very frequently on the Joe and Joe podcast.
She has opinions. She wants to.
She really does.
She has opinions.
She really does. She's a good dog.
What did she think about Ninja Force?
She also thought the Ninja Force was forced, and it just kind of, it slowed down the pacing of the comic.
Right.
Yeah.
Just crowbarred on in there.
Yeah. But overall, she is excited to see how they incorporate the Transformers into the mythos. I don't know if she'll be satisfied by it, but she's excited.
Being hit with that community calendar theme without warning is a little like being tased. It's shocking. I like that.
Some people love hearing it.
Right? I do.
I hear they used to use that theme at Gitmo.
Torpedo Mike says you just need another Schweppes, Joe Colt. You think you're safe in Hawaii, man, but sure,
Yeah.
she'll find you. She's got connections. I don't expect Joe Colton to know comic book artists, but I do expect her to know people like heads of state. So good luck with that. Don't taunt the Joe Colton like I can. I've known her for years. I've built up some allowance. I'm worried about the rest of y'all.
She may know Ice Pick.
She may know Ice Pick. Oh. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and get into the news? All right, she's on it. After Action Report still going in perhaps the longest Kickstarter of all time. But it is funded, so you may go ahead and pledge with confidence, as we like to say. There are 11 days left, $7,000 goal. They have more than doubled that up. If you pledge, I think it's $70. If you missed out on Volume 1, $70 will get you both Volume 1 and Volume 2. This Kickstarter is for Volume 2. Lots of great information. Volume 1 covered Marvel. Volume 2 covers Devil's Due. So go ahead, get yourself on in there. This is going to happen. 195 backers say so. And again, it's plenty funded. So go ahead and join in the fun. Joe Slepski, you get Volume 1 on this?
No, actually, this is the first I'm hearing of this.
Get out of town.
No, I swear to God, Well,
you need to head over to Kickstarter, type in After Action Report, and pledge your $70.
You know what? I'm going to do that right now.
All right. See, look at that. Look at that.
Pledging action.
After Action.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Right.
Pledge with impunity.
Andrew
Pledge with
Johnson
reckless
says,
abandon.
I'm putting money down that Joe might walk off this TeamStream. Which Joe? I think that's always a possibility with the loose cannon Joe Slepski around.
Yeah, all right. Combo pack. Volume 1 and 2.
Boom.
Waka waka. Guess what?
There you go.
Live hot pledging action is what that is.
Yeah. Skip that.
Need to refresh that just to get a new total.
Oh.
$15,844 on the till on that one.
Over 200% funded.
Boom shakalaka.
Guess what just happened, folks? Now it's saying I might enjoy a swimsuit special.
There you go. I think you are in.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. Done. Backed.
There we are. I hope Roger and Josh are watching that one.
Yeah. Who says viral marketing doesn't work?
Right?
And community-based funding doesn't work. I'm all for that.
If you have pledged this one, please forgive the lack of updates. As we've told you the last couple of weeks, Roger, the co-author of the book and the guy who does most of those Kickstarter updates, he was actually in the hospital for about a week. It's taking him a little bit just to get back on his feet. He is good now. Health is back, and we're all good.
Good. It's good to hear.
Hans Chow asked, "What does rack time and rack time Rob mean?" That's another tell us you listen to the show. Tell us you don't listen to the show without not listening to the show moment.
Be nice.
No, it's not true.
He's subscriber 1,000.
Right. Hans is pretty new to it all. But Rob is, if you go back into the archives, the audio archives, you'll find Rob's audio only short form comic program, Rack Time. And where he would cover what was going on in G.I. Joe comics. And when those slowed down for a little bit there, we stopped doing that. Not to mention, school just got crazy this past year. So it just wasn't in Rob's best interest. But we're keeping the name Rack Time Rob. Because it's bad enough one person's throwing the last name Irizarry around. We don't need to confuse. We don't need to say like that. I love our name. Don't get me wrong. But the more you say it, the more people's heads start to spin and their eyes start to glaze over. So But there's that. I was teasing you, Hans. Teasing you. Knowing my luck, I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong. So it's probably Hans. I don't know. Anyways, next news item. We got all of our. I don't know what kind of live surprises we have going after this, right? But Warriors of the Hidden Forest, this is the last reveal on their upcoming 3 3/4 O-ring ninja action figure line. This is Fury the Monkey Ghost. I just like saying I had to get him in here because Monkey Ghost, right?
So it begs the question: is he the ghost of a monkey, or
I think
you know what I'm saying? Like, is he a dead monkey's ghost, or
He's the
is
spirit
he
of Dr. Zaius.
Oh,
yeah, I think that's.
I love you, Dr. Zaius.
He hates every chimp he sees.
Yes.
From chimpanzee to chimpanzee.
Chimpanzee.
Oh my god. So yeah, if you are all into the O-ring, as so many people are these days, go ahead and head on over to the Whiskey Jack Toys Facebook page or the Warriors of the Hidden Forest Facebook page. Both of them will give you all of the updates. This is the last new figure update, new character update, but we'll know more details and how this is going to get started in the coming weeks and months. So by all means, you like yourself some ninjas, go on, check it out. Joe Colton, grade that Elvis impression. 1 to 10. All right. Don't give that a number. I didn't.
Be polite.
I appreciate that. But yeah,
Gonna have to go see that Elvis movie.
Well, I can't wait to see that movie.
Oh God.
I'm excited to see it.
Nope.
Delicious.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
the spirit of the monkey. Maybe. I don't know if that's his face or if that's a mask he's just covering up the bottom part of his face with. I don't know.
This is so weird.
We'll all find out together.
Will we?
We will. Next news item. Hey, so maybe maybe there was a leak.
Yeah!
She's quiet,
Yep.
So, as reported by Histank, you can see their image credit down there. Some images got out of potential pieces of what looks like a classified Serpentor. We don't know this for sure, although, hey, I mean, like Joe Slepski, if we were going to ask you who's the most prominent character that hasn't been covered in classified yet, you would say
Shipwreck.
Right, you would say Serpentor. And so
Polly.
And so, like the thought that a classified Serpentor is coming.
It's not. Yeah, of course they're going to do Serpentor.
Right,
that's great. Yeah.
Yep.
But it's still exciting though.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could kind of make out some of the details. There was another shot of his lower half, and I know that'll certainly excite the Biff McConkey Dunks of the world. But
we got in essence the money shot.
Right. Right.
I don't know what to say to all that. Just saying.
But hopefully he's got an air chariot and a great suit of armor and hopefully a glass of water too in honor of Joe Colton. Any thoughts, Racktime Rob?
Well, let's hope this turns out to have the same end result as the leaked Alley Viper and Batheads.
Right.
Ooh, it would be great if they gave you like an arrow that you could put like Storm Shadow's arrow that would go right in his eye. Or I'm sorry, Zartan's arrow. Yeah. That would be an awesome variant.
A separate head with the arrow.
Yeah, exactly that.
Arrow
It's exactly that. Yep, it's exactly that. That would be amazing.
if the Hasbro gods are listening.
But yes, we were also. I think it was the tail fin on the chariot was up there too. So it's all very odd and obtuse, and there's bits and pieces, and you got to figure. I honestly, I think this coming week, there's one more YoJoe June event. It'll be on YouTube on Wednesday. I think it's going to be Hawk and Serpentor that they announced for next year. I think that's what we got coming.
And of course, it'd be Hawk in the spacesuit.
Yes.
Everyone's favorite version of Hawk.
Yes. Well, he's got a jetpack, man. It's hard to deny.
Space Ranger Hawk.
Yeah. To extreme and beyond.
But Charlie Kukalski poses that it could be Roadblock with a hat on. That's entirely always a possibility. Always a possibility.
A jaunty snake beret.
Oh my goodness. Okay. But yes, next news item. What they did tell us this past Wednesday on Instagram Live was that Grunt and Scrap Iron will be joining line in 2023. So, yay!
Great. That's awesome.
Joe Slepski, who do you want to see next Wednesday when they drop 2 more?
Have we seen Shipwreck yet?
We have.
They've announced Shipwreck, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right.
He was the first
one. He was there.
I've lost track of everything I've pre-ordered and not gotten yet, and waiting for and announced. So I'm terrible with keeping mental track of that.
Fair enough.
I really am. I'd love to see a classified version of Monkey Wrench.
Oh.
And or any of the other Dreadnoks. Like a 3, like if they announced that they were doing all 3 like Torch, Buzzer, Ripper, those Dreadnoks would be awesome and complement Zartan pretty well.
Yes, they would.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
I think once we get past Hawk and Serpentor, I think Dreadnoks are where we're at as far as most notable omission.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Colton, what do you think for Wednesday? Who do you think's coming down on the list?
I don't know.
All right, we'll come
I
back.
know who I'd want to come.
Well, yeah,
Then go for it.
That's what we want to hear. We know you don't have any inside baseball on this. Well, maybe you do because you know the guy with the calves. So, maybe. But
big meaty calves.
I would like a low light.
Okay. With big meaty calves.
And somebody I don't expect, like a really good surprise, like I don't know, like Quinn or like somebody that we don't expect, that like just a curveball.
Candy Apple.
Candy Apple. Sure.
In the bear suit.
In bear.
In the bear, Bongo the Bloom Bear. Yeah, and Bongo the Bloom Bear, and you pull the head off, and it's candy. Mary Jane wants it too. I just had a thought that was in my head. I love Scrap Iron so much. He was one of my favorites growing up, and he just never has gotten the love. So I love that they're doing a classified of him. He's he killed the Softmaster, for God's sake.
Yes.
And he never got the love or respect. He was always overshadowed by Firefly.
And apparently he's coming, not with the big missile launcher, but with some kind of a drone. So I think he's going to be a deluxe figure.
I think they did say he was going to be a deluxe figure. Yes.
And he'll have some kind of
Maybe it's a missile firing drone.
Yeah.
I know what I had. I had a low light joke. I want a 2-pack of low light and a psychiatrist.
Okay.
We'll come with a nice couch.
He was the kid that was left in the woods by his uncle when he was a kid.
Oh,
and his dad. Yeah. He was severely damaged. Like low light, severely damaged.
Yeah, he's a messed up dude.
Yeah.
They even played that on the Sunbow cartoon.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I want.
Ragtime Rob, who you got on Wednesday?
Well, let's see. Let's see if I can do as well as I did last week, where I did pick Scrap Iron. I think we got to get a Hawk, and yeah. If they don't announce Serpentor, if they did Scrap Iron as a deluxe figure that they're announcing, They can do that Serpentor as the vehicle pack.
All right.
I think I'm going with Hawk and Serpentor.
All right. So you're copying me, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I am.
All right.
Because it makes too much. I mean, although you never know, no one expected Grunt.
That's true. And I even I went with Tan Grunt here in the graphic just to mix it up a little bit and cause problems.
Just to screw with people.
Just to make people angry with me.
And I want their face mold to look like Michael Ironsides.
Yeah. But next news item. But also on the Instagram live presentation, they played around with the Tiger Force Duke and his Ram cycle, which I am just going to call the Tiger Ram because that's right in line. I refuse to change. So no pre-orders were opened up. We don't really know when that's going to happen, but they were showing it off, and it looks really great. Racktime Rob, I know you watched. What were you thinking?
Looks good. I don't know if I'm in for an order just because. Well, I keep saying I don't like the Tiger Force stuff, yet I've ordered each of the Tiger Force figures.
Mm-hmm.
But they've at least been the first time those characters have popped up. So I don't know. I'll think about Duke. He's worth thinking about.
Joe Colton, what you think?
I like it. I thought I would not like it. I kind of don't like the bike. I feel like just the art on it is weird, but I like it.
I agree on the bike. I think the one thing that they did wrong was that the tiger mouth should be up on the handlebar.
Yes. Okay.
Bingo.
Yes.
Bingo. Bingo. Bingo.
Like
Yeah.
where that white thing is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
like
there.
there.
Yeah.
That would fit as yeah. I was like,
it looks like that tiger has a big tumor on the front of his nose.
Right.
Or something.
Knock Ripper is with us on this one. He hates that mouth tampo placement. I agree there. I think that's the one thing that sticks out to me about the bike. But otherwise, it's fine.
Yeah.
As much as I'm worried about the Tiger Force Ram.
I mean, if it's a sticker, maybe you can heat it up and place it.
I thought it's probably paint on.
Yeah, it's probably a tampo. Although I have to admit that I am looking forward to that cherry red chain gun that comes out of the sidecar.
Yes.
I'm absolutely looking forward to that for all the wrong reasons. That is so cheesy that it's incredible. But yeah, see,
it's spitting out sprinkles.
Matt Rubin says Lenny said that he considered the headlight section as the tiger's nose.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
That's one deformed tiger, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a Jimmy Durante tiger, a very little known breed.
You beat me to it. Rack time. I was gonna make that. My brain was trying to put together the name Jimmy Durante. I'm like, who am I thinking of? Rack time. Good for you. Ha cha 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 cha. Ha cha 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 cha. What was it, Mrs.
Good night, Mrs. Calabash.
Good night, Mrs. Calabash.
Yeah. Good on the front due to the different textures on the front of the Ram. Huh.
I mean, I guess that's,
I'm sure they tried it. Yeah.
Sure. I'm sure it was designed. There's a judgment call, and there's always room for differing opinions on those.
Yeah.
Well, it looks dumb where it is now. So.
Well, you know what? If you look at the shape of the mouth,
Joe
it's the exact opposite shape
that.
of the tiger of the motorcycle hood there. So.
Well, it doesn't look good. Like,
Yeah.
let's be honest, right? Like, okay, it might not look good on the front. Maybe don't fucking open his mouth like he's
Then
like.
then paint over.
Like, maybe don't do that. Maybe make it like an actual tiger and like change the front windshield of the fucking bike. Don't make it look like that. It looks dumb.
She's so angry.
I know.
So mad today.
So mad. Absolutely. Look, I'm amused by it in this context. I'm happy we can find a way to constructively release that anger.
Rather than have her wander the streets just looking to start a brawl.
Right?
Oh,
Because
God.
she'd be out there racing her Honda on
Going up and down the street, just yelling out in the neighbors' yards, "Who wants a throat punch?"
Yep.
Beta Ray Bob asks, how long before we get a Night Force Ram for classified? 2023 would be my guess. But anyways, that's a joke.
I was shocked. Last night I went to see the G.I. Joe movie, and they said they're going to have 100 classified figures by 2023.
By the end of 2023?
That's what they said. Yeah,
Okay.
it was in the.
All right.
There was
Wow.
a video preamble with the two people that always do the Hasbro. Their names are escaping me.
Emily and Lenny.
Yeah, and it was a little thing that ran before the movie, a preview, and they said, yeah, the plan is to by the end of 2023 to have 100. So numbers on the side of the boxes hit 100, which is a lot.
That is quite a bit.
I think they, with the latest announced, they crawl into the 60s. So
Right. Yeah. It's not as many as we think. It's not as many
Yeah.
as it sounds like, but it's still a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get. I didn't get a chance to buy tickets for those. It's like there's one theater in the Indianapolis area, a metro area of 1.4 million people, give or take, and one theater was showing the G.I. Joe movies. So, yeah,
it's also
Saturday show sold out almost instantly.
Oh, okay. Well, at least it sold out. That's good.
Yeah, and then like Thursday, I couldn't do because I was at work. Some of us got jobs. Unlike Racktime Rob, who is a bum right now.
Bragger.
I mean, he's got a job. It's just he ain't working. Kevin McLendon says JoeFest is going great. Well, thank you, Kevin. You will want to go back and watch the beginning of this episode when we talked to Hooded Cobra Commander 788 live at JoeFest. But we appreciate your stopping in. But it encouraged me to think that at least one person is not too drunk to use their phone.
I'm too
Which
drunk.
mean they're not
to taste
doing
this
it
chicken.
right.
Right. That's fair. That's fair. Joe Colton and I spent many Joe Cons together, and usually, let's see, Friday night, 10 o'clock. The tequila's out at this point.
Yeah.
I mean,
Facebook messages are going to be along the lines of
No, Mike and I were pretty good up until maybe 1 or 2. And then it was either bedtime on Friday, or if it was Saturday, it'd be a lot.
Yeah, no, Joe Colton is a tequila drinker.
I am.
And I'm not really a big drinker, but the clear ones don't bother me that much. So usually I am Joe Colton's tequila buddy.
Yeah, people don't.
Joe Mind host.
Except during Goggles' wake, people indulged me on tequila.
Yes, I remember Justin and Gary were pretty heroic.
They were like, we don't do that. I was like, tonight you do.
They are not tequila guys, so. But they were.
I kind of pressured a lot of people into drinking with me.
It's funny coincidence. Today would have been Gary Goggles' birthday.
Yeah.
So, but yes, the Tiger Force Duke pre-orders soon. Maybe we don't know. Just keep an ear to the ground. I'm sure they'll let us know. We'll get some text notification at 10:30 a.m. on some random Wednesday saying, "Go get it now," and we will not be ready for it. I'll get the email 5 minutes after they sell out, and that'll be that. Hopefully, she's not an angry drunk. Joe Colton is not an angry drunk. She's a loud drunk, but she's not an angry drunk.
I don't think I'm loud. I think I was screaming because everybody was like,
my dear, it has been several years worth of Joe Cons have taught me that you're kind of a loud drunk.
I laugh a lot.
It's not a bad. You're a pleasant drunk. You're not an angry drunk or a sad drunk. You're a very happy drunk. You're a joy to be around, and that's why we continue to drink with you. But you're loud. You're loud. Well, we got to. I mean, it's okay. Joyful loud is a good loud.
Okay.
Question there. Whatever happened to Gary Godso? He's just not collecting right now. Gary Godso's fine. I saw him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Racktime Rob and I were out at the Godso child's high school graduation party.
Oh, the child.
Which does not seem possible.
No.
Yeah.
No,
we can't talk about it.
That tiny person's an adult now.
Yeah.
My head hurts. Oh. Joe Slepski, why do we get old?
Aren't you glad you came out for that question?
He's muted. He's pulled the Joe Colton.
I was sorry, I was muted. My dogs were having a moment. We get old to impart our wisdom to the youth, who will then therefore go forth and ignore it.
Fair enough.
Which is their right
Sounds
to
about
do
right.
because the future belongs to them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's as good an answer as I've ever heard. So, fair enough. That's
And we get old to.
now he's just
I keep muting. No, I think it's my USB mic. We get old to afford the toys we want when we were younger. That's also why we get old.
That's true. Yeah, well, I think we certainly exemplify that here on this program. But next news item. It's we got more pictures. But next news item is the item that was made available, and this was the surprise retro collection Cobra Stinger with Cobra Officer Driver,
Which is sold out.
which pre-orders are sold out. They're at just $33.99 a pop. That's a pretty good price for what you're getting there. And last couple of weeks we criticized that the O-ring seems to be just doing the same things over and over again. But I'll grant you on the Stinger, with the condition that any of those red plastic missiles are that were actually made in 1984. You know what? I'm okay with the Stinger coming out just like it was before. Because, those missiles are shot. So, so good on them for recognizing that's a need. I dig the gray doors and the gray roof to make it look a little bit different. And again, Stinger's a winner. Joe Colton, you get in on this?
I did not get in on it.
Oh, is it because he doesn't have a red Ninja to drive, or? All right.
I have to pick and choose right now.
All right, fair enough. Stupid adulthood.
Right?
Rack Time Rob, I know you're in.
I got one, yeah.
Joe Slepski, what'd you think?
I got one. I had a Stinger when I was a kid. I loved my Stinger. It was great.
The Stinger was one of those when we were kids, and this is with Rob and I both collect, and somehow we missed the Stinger.
Yeah.
I missed the Vamp. See, I never had a Vamp.
Oh,
But I had a Stinger, and I always wanted it then. I wanted a Vamp, but they weren't on the shelves at that point. And I never got a Vamp 2. So it was my Stinger would go up against my Awe Striker all the time.
too bad the honcho's not here to see Jeff Butler. Shame the Stinger doesn't have a driver with the file name Steve Borden.
Yeah,
Who is, of course,
you could have made that a name.
right? I'm not on the same level as Jeff Butler. But so it's a seeing the
Gordon
Stinger,
Sumner,
seeing the Stinger is nice. It means that certainly the Vamp and Vamp Mark II might be on the table a little bit sooner than we expect. But that's a good thing. I'd like to see a Vamp done with some different weapons pods. Like, rather than just redo the Vamp, because everybody's got a Vamp at this point, right? You've got a Vamp now, Joe, don't you?
No. My retro vehicle collection is pretty much zero. I've got a few that are still like in the box, but I ended up selling my vehicles and figures a few years ago. Not figures. I kept my figures, but I sold my vehicles off to make some room and pay some rent. So, but it happens. I sell my figures though.
All right then. Well, maybe.
But listen, some of you on this call may have bought them off me, eBay, circa 2007, and I'm talking cherry condition stuff, complete whales, terrordromes.
Oh, you're killing me, Joseph.
Oh, it was a great collection.
Back when those things were kind of affordable.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I hope we get some like a Vamp Mark III out of it. Give me a Vamp with I don't know, like an anti-aircraft gun or something on it.
A Vamp with a flak hooked up on the
right. Right. Something super impressive.
Ooh, what would be cool? A Vamp with the pack rats transformerized stacked on the back, right? So that they, you know what I mean? Like, so the pack rats pop off it in battle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I watched it. I saw the pack rats in the G.I. Joe movie last night, and I got excited. It was also really funny to watch on the big screen Dusty, the Desert Trooper, in an Awe Striker in the snow.
In the snow, yes.
Yeah, that was
Oh yeah.
that really stood out. That was very funny.
Well, heck, when they introduced him on the cartoon, they sent him into space. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Black Star Ninja asks, why are the figures $42 for 2, and this is $34 for 1 figure in a vehicle? Price point on the Stinger is great. 2-pack of figures, not so much. Honestly, I agree with you, and I don't know. But
good question.
right. I know that the figures are more expensive than we're giving them credit for, simply because there's different plastics being used. That hook is a better piece than it was when we were kids. That O-ring is a better piece when we were kids, and those are correspondingly more expensive. Just because the figure is the smaller piece doesn't make it the less expensive piece, I guess, is probably the best answer I can give you there.
Now they've had to redo all the molds. This one they didn't have to redo a mold because they already had the Cobra officer.
Sure. And so I guess
might have factored into it too.
Yeah, we may have to just think about it in terms of as the figures got a pretty serious upgrade, and the vehicles, I mean, they're great and all, but they're probably pretty close to the same as they were in 1984. But I think they said the assembly of the figures costs more now, and again, that's
sure
I absolutely believe that. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of $40 for 2. I'm not defending that, but I mean, it is what it is. If you don't like it, don't buy it.
If they had any faith in being able to get it out into full runs for stores, I'm sure the price would come down.
All right, we got some few other pictures there. That's the box is pretty faithful to what we saw back in the day.
It's great.
But it's got Cobra Commander looking all angry on the back, getting roasted by missile fire, I'm sure. But yeah, I actually ordered 2 this time. I normally with this stuff but I don't want to buy any more retro actual 1984 Stingers, because I know it's just talk about a ticking time bomb. You put that missile on the rack and just count down in minutes how long until it breaks. Anyways, next news item. Oh, there's no more news items. No more news items. Sorry. But so yes, we had a surprise retro vehicle there, which was pretty cool. I'll be honest with you, we knew something was coming, but we didn't know what, so we didn't let it out. So yeah, maybe next time. We had good leads this time, but not quite good enough. So what do you figure's coming next week? Joe Slepski, you're our guest. You answer this first. There's got to be
a Call of Duty-esque video game shooter.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
So
I do not think that's happening, but I would love that.
So I had said that I wanted that years ago, where you could switch out the skins of the characters to G.I. Joe characters.
Totally.
People were like, oh, that would be stupid. I was like, are you kidding me? Shut up.
Not
Go
about
there.
That would be amazing. As it is, I always end up making subcategories, and I call them grunt, roadblock for heavy machine guns, bazooka for my bazooka guy. Like that. Yeah, no, it is a criminal shame
that we don't have. Yeah,
there's never been a shooter, and there's so many even bad shooters, and the latest G.I. Joe game was not a shooter. Like a shooter. There needs to be a G.I. Joe shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that genre. I'm terrible at them mostly. But whatever. Anything
give it a shot, though.
Anything that gets out there and is popular and people buy.
Yeah, if you could run around as Beachhead, dropping, using like cartoon or figure specific weaponry and stuff, and taking out his tanks, and that would be awesome. And the mechanics have been there for 15 years.
Real quick, we do have time for some questions. So if there's anything that you just absolutely feel like asking the panel, now is the time to get those in.
We haven't done questions in a while.
But you haven't done questions in a while because you're gone all the time. Back time, Rob. What do you think's coming this week?
Let's see. Well, we know the big
Jeff Butler
HasLab
says
reveal is coming.
There was Jim Shooter. Wah, wah.
Aw.
Thanks. Look, Mark's not here. We all have to get the dad jokes in, and he's just helping. So kudos, Jeff Butler. Honorary fifth chair, Jeff Butler. Knocking Phil Donnelly down a spot, Jeff Butler.
Poor Phil.
Can't. No, Phil's my favorite.
But Matt Rubin asked, do you think it'll be longer to reveal classified Serpentor? It took longer for Hasbro to reveal the Alley Viper and Bat after those prototypes were found. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, if Racktime Rob and I are right, Serpentor is going to get revealed this Wednesday. But we don't know.
Well, they've already leaked things, right? So that's a given. Like
They're doing their own leaks.
Well, at least nobody else is doing them now.
Hey, that was us.
I know.
But Joe Self says, pretty much a classified hiss next week. What's the price point and unlockables that would get you to order 1 or 2 or even more?
Oh.
So again, Joe Slepski, you're our guest.
Yeah.
And you're probably the least likely person on this panel to buy a classified scale hiss tank. What would
that'd be a big hiss tank.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, I mean that would be pretty massive.
Yeah.
Like I did back the Sky Striker.
Sure.
Which is going to be a large edition.
I don't know where I'm putting that thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Unlockables for his. I mean, Televiper. I mean, it would have to be like a Viper more better than a repaint Viper, right?
Mm.
It would have to be better than just a different version of a repaint. But yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I don't have much better answer.
Racktime Rob. What you see the question? Take it.
Yeah. I mean, they did kind of basically all but kind of confirm a Cobra hiss tank because they gave Lenny a birthday cake because it was his birthday, and there was a picture of a hiss tank on it, and they said, gee, why did we put a hiss tank on there?
Oh.
Yeah, so it's so I have a feeling, it's unless it's a total swerve, I would say it's going to probably have to be in the ballpark of that Sky Striker, which was $230.
Not what do you think? What would it take to get you to buy one?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It would have to be in the ballpark of that Sky Striker of about like $230.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're saying price is the only thing then?
In terms of unlockables, I don't know. I would hate for the driver to be an unlockable. There could be other figures that are unlockable, but I would hate for the driver to be an unlockable.
Yeah, I think the driver for me, driver would have to be the history.
Hopefully they learned lessons from the Rancor.
Have to be a starting point.
$230 for a hiss, though. I mean, I feel like it would have to be motorized, and I mean this. Like it really would. No,
I'm thinking this thing, if it's a hiss tank, it's gussied up. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I think of, I love the design of a hiss tank, but when I think of a hiss tank, I just think of just a solid, not an intricate thing. When I think of the Sky Striker, you got the moving wings. It's just this massive thing. So in my brain, I go, yeah, $230 or $250, whatever it was with the, with all the accoutrement and stuff.
Can't justify that.
Yeah, just a big block of black metal with treads. I don't. That's
unless
hard.
It's like the Sphero where you have, like, you can program it on your phone instead of like.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like an R2D2 kind of.
Yes.
Hiss tank. Yeah. Or the transforming Optimus Prime thing.
Yeah. Right.
Well,
like
a scaled up hiss tank
thing that goes with it, like a game or like some sort of like gizmo, but like for a regular hiss tank that you just like move, no.
A scaled up hiss tank, like I said, I don't think that's $230. I don't think that's worth $230.
No way.
No, it's gotta, we gotta have some some lights, moving treads, maybe motorized, maybe
moving treads.
computer control.
Not for that much.
I don't think motorized is going to happen. I think motorized on something that's that short run would be a lot more than $230. But at the same time, if we're going to do a HISS tank, let's do a real, honest to God HISS tank. Let's get the 2-person cockpit that we always saw in the comic books, on the cartoons.
Oh, that'd be even bigger though.
Right. But if you're going to go, like, it's already going to be big.
Yeah.
So at least make it the definitive version of the HISS tank, right?
Yeah.
You know, make it so that we can have some troop carrying capabilities in the back, not just a turret. You know, a panel that opens up on the side and deploys 3 or 4 of your other classified figures. Stuff like that, and maybe some light up effects, something like that. But I don't know if motorized is possible if you're only doing a couple thousand, keeping it anywhere under $300 or $400. Yeah, no, I think it's going to have to be other types of bells and whistles. Like maybe there's a comm station in the back. Maybe a Televiper isn't unlockable for that.
There's a hot tub in the back. The back opens and it's just hot tub time.
Yeah, Firefly says you're just describing the HISS 2, and yeah, I kind of am.
Yeah,
but there's a lot that the HISS 2 got right in that regard. I love the HISS 2 except for the really crazy weapons that it has. Like it did so many things right, and then it's got these just super mega Star Wars laser cannons coming out of every orifice that I can't get into it like I wanted to. But Nick Adams says the unlockable is Lucky and Emily coming to your house and moving the HISS around for you. You know what? For $230, I'm in.
Yeah,
totally in.
They seem like nice folks.
They do.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Mark knows Lenny very well. He says he speaks very highly of him, so I'm sure it would be delightful. I would stock up on all the necessary sodas, and we would have a grand old time. That Jeff Butler says, unlockable figure 1, HISS driver, figure 2, track Viper, figure 3, tracksuit henchman Viper. Yeah,
Bro Viper.
Oh man, all that Viper talk just pinged in my brain. We need a Saw Viper. We need a comic accurate Saw Viper where it's like a swappable,
yeah.
like the face mask broke in and shot through. That's what I want to see. That's the next Viper I want to see. Is comic Saw Viper to murder everyone.
we can get and unlockable figure number 4 can be headless Doc.
Oh no, he did take one right in the cabeza.
Yeah,
He took several.
he
Yes.
took a full burst.
Yeah,
in the cabeza,
he's like, hey, what's going on? Oh,
Ooh. Right there. A bong.
yes, he did. Yes, he
And
did.
another unlockable Swiss cheese thunder crankcase and
But I'm with Matt Rubin on this one. I
heavy
think
metal.
the HISS driver has to be part of the base.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't think the HISS driver can be unlockable if we're gonna be getting a HISS. And again, we are just conjecturing if it's a HISS. We don't know anything. We're just going on the very obvious clues. It could very well wind up being, a Crimson Tank or a Mauler or, my previous guess, a Triple T.
Would that mean that would go with your Sergeant Slaughter that is already coming out?
I'm still not. Like it's one of those where the Triple T is one of those that I'll believe it's. I'll fully believe it's not the Triple T when they finally show me it's not the Triple T kind of thing. Like I could see that being the ultimate wah kind of moment, but Phil Donnelly says HISS driver with disappearing silver sigil, which would be very accurate to what we grew up with. I have a couple.
How about just a 20 questions playset with Hector Ramirez?
That'd be hilarious.
The set of 20 questions.
Just the whole set, cameras, lights, rigging, the whole thing.
And what was his cameraman's name?
Oh, that's
Benny,
a deep pull.
he can be the unlikable, the
Sure.
unlockable.
Yeah,
Benny,
yeah,
Benny the cameraman with a swappable bear in his head.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
No. That guy, he was different. That was
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Hardy.
And
That was the Baroness.
Yeah.
the target, like the highest level of tier is Scoop, as his Scoop shows up.
Well, the highest tier would be the movie director, Mr. Landsberg.
Oh yeah,
That way you can swap all that camera gear.
wasn't he the guy that directed the Cold Slither video?
Yes.
Yeah,
One
Yeah.
and the same.
Yep.
one of the best jokes they ever wrote into that series. Ready when you are, Mr. Landsberg. I laugh every time. Every single time.
What about camera 3? Hit by a truck.
Diana Davis says his name was Tom, and I will take that as sourcing from the expert there.
You know, we just skimmed by that episode just today.
Yes.
But it was at the end, so you didn't say his name.
Oh. But yeah. Viper Scout says a dragonfly with room to shove 3 figures in the front seat. That's when that dragonfly got cozy on the cartoon.
Yeah. It still had to be safer than riding on the skid.
That Ruben says, I don't think they'd put a named Viper as an unlockable, though. Maybe multiple HISS drivers. Maybe Rip It's an unlockable. I mean, what value does Rip It have without that tank anyway? Would be what you'd have to ask yourself. So you'd have your driver, and then he would act as the commander. The wrist lock, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him a big hand.
All right. And that does fulfill our our upper right cameo segment.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
The other most shocking moment I think from rewatching JoJo the movie was, speaking of helicopters, was when Chuckles rode the roof of the Tomahawk as it flew.
Yes, just right.
And then stood up to shoot, and then survived a crash.
Well, he didn't stand up to shoot though.
Oh well, he sat up. Oh, he
did pop up a little bit.
Yeah, he pops up.
He
He pops up.
Stand.
Not stand. Stand.
He should have met at least gotten John Hamm on 30 Rock helicopter damage.
It was wild. I watched it. I forgot about that. I'm like, that's wild. And then it crashes. And he's the first one to be like, yeah, I'm cool.
I'm good. Right here.
Good.
I remember when I saw that for the first time. I still to this day, it was like, what the? Yeah. No.
Joe Pescitt asks, what is everybody's favorite non-superhero movie? And it's actually my favorite non-superhero movie is my favorite movie, but we'll get to me later. Joe Colton, why don't you go ahead and kick this one off? What is your favorite non-superhero movie?
So I do. So growing up, it was To Kill a Mockingbird.
That's a good bad one. That's
a good one. It's a good one.
But what about that? You said growing up, so is it different now?
Um,
I mean, I know about your love for Tango and Cash.
Yes. So it's different genres. I have different favorites, but yes. So Tango and Cash is one of my favorite all-time movies. I don't know why. I just love it.
There's movies that don't make any sense. No, you're good. Nothing to justify there.
Yes.
Rack Time Rob.
Rear Window.
Superhero movie.
Ooh.
Rear Window. Okay.
So good.
No wonder you're watching it every time you possibly can.
No, that's just him peeping on his neighbors. You're getting confused, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike,
come here. This is scary. You look
no, really. I'm just cosplaying as Jimmy Stewart.
I mean, if you saw our neighbors, you'd know he wouldn't be staring at them. But anyway, it's Joe Slepski.
HUD. Paul Newman.
All right. So that's you're kind of a movie guy too.
Yeah, I love HUD, man. I love Paul Newman. And I love HUD.
It's good. I haven't seen that one in a long time.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
I don't think I've seen that one. That's another one he got nominated for, but didn't win, right?
Yeah, it's off a lot of people's radars. It's just wonderful. I was start to finish.
I know there's better movies than this, but I tell you, the movie that if I'm catching it 30 seconds from the end or 30 seconds after it starts, I'm sitting there through the length of it, no matter what else is going on. But I will watch the Blues Brothers.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me though.
The Blues Brothers.
It is not surprising in the least.
They look like Hasidic diamond merchants. That is absolutely in my top 5, if all time. Absolutely, will watch over and over and over and over again.
Right? I mean, you're a Chicago guy.
I am. We grew up near the mall that they destroyed in that. So my mom used to, when we were kids, and we loved it when we were kids. We would drive past. She would go out of her way to be like, "That's the mall from the Blues Brothers," and it was still blowed up. There was a lawsuit for a long time because our understanding was the agreement was Landis in the production were supposed to they were going to knock them all down, and so they had the rights to do whatever they want with it, but then they had to pay to destroy it, and then the movie studio never paid to actually level it. So
Right.
just the destroyed mall stood there empty for a decade. Yeah. Oh, I love the Blues Brothers.
They were so far over the budget on that movie.
Yeah.
That they were just
Oh,
kind
were they really?
Oh yeah. There's stories about the making of that movie.
It could be its own movie. Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
a documentary that needs to be made
Mhm.
in high quality.
It's
I'll
just
have to
so
look
wonderful.
this up.
And if you catch the extended edition, they've got like extended versions of John Lee Hooker singing. You know, like so most of the extension is just music. Some of the comedy stuff it does slow the movie down a little bit, but you see more of the music, and it's wonderful. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, they were so far over budget on that movie that they used the money that was supposed to be used for the demolition to probably in the car chase scene.
Probably.
Yeah.
And so they were just kind of hoping nobody would notice.
Yeah.
Well, if we
hoping that
back.
they did enough that it would just fall down on its own.
Yeah, whatever. We'll be back. Give us a couple weeks. We'll be back. I'm sure that was it.
Scamods.
Yeah.
State, county, municipal offender data system.
But yeah, if you've got a favorite non-superhero movie, go ahead, drop it in the comments down below. Give us some sweet interaction justice right there. Yeah. Draws Walker 9 has another one, Back to School.
Back to School is pretty great.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely a good one. Oh yeah.
Currently
Yeah.
streaming on HBO Max.
Yes, I make a reference to Back to School at least once a week.
Diana, Blue Lou Marini, I believe he has the great line, "If the shit fits, wear it."
He also has the great line, "Chicken wire."
Yeah.
Didn't Katie meet him?
She called him Katie.
No, our sister. Like they did like a concert at the high school.
He did. That was when I was in school. I met him.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I met him. He might have been back,
Yeah.
but no, I met Lou Marini.
Yeah, was it with Blue Lou and then Donald Duck Dunn? Or was it
If Duck Dunn was not at the one when I was at school,
okay.
so maybe he came back on round 2. But Joe Pesci follows up with favorite horror movie, no murder porn.
Ooh.
Joe Colton, I know you got one of those.
So I don't do horror. I don't do horror.
Sure.
I've tried.
We know that William has put you through your paces on that.
Yeah, so the two of them, Maggie and William, put me through Aliens, and then they also did is it the Blob, the thing that comes out of like some ice thing?
Oh, that's The Thing.
Yeah.
You're
The
thinking of The
Thing.
Thing.
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
Thing's amazing. Yeah.
That was terrifying. I
And it-
ran from the room and like literally like hid in the bedroom and locked the door and got into the blankets, and I was screaming the whole time.
Excellent movie.
Yeah. But I'm trying to get better at it. Each year, like the group gets like a list of horrors, and Maggie and William like vet it and like, no, not this one yet. Yes, this one. No, not this one. So, but I did like Poltergeist growing up. Like I loved Poltergeist. Yeah.
Movie.
I don't know if that counts as a horror movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
What else?
I'm into like supernatural stuff. I just don't like gore things that like jump out and they're slimy. Like it's no.
Nomad's Wandering says, if the shit
Yes.
is Duck Done.
Yep.
Duck
Now
Done.
that I think about it, yes. It
Yep.
was. So good catch on that. But yeah, everybody's answering the live chat. No, put
Favorite
it in
horror? I love I love Halloween. Carpenter's done so much great horror stuff, but Halloween is a masterpiece. I subscribe to Shudder, so I watch a lot, and some of the gore stuff is a little much. But there's a soft spot in my heart for like the '80s gore, where it was still physical, practical effects,
Mm-hmm.
So stuff like what's it like the Larry Cohen stuff. Is that Larry Cohen? Is that who I'm thinking of? Who did stuff like Q the Winged Serpent? Yeah, like all that just that gonzo B level horror stuff. I tend to watch and it all blends in, but like A level stuff for me, Halloween's amazing.
Yeah, I have to admit I'm drawn more to the weirdo low budget stuff with horror movies more so than the big splashy ones.
Yeah,
That's just because of our love for Mystery Science Theater.
Right.
The CG effect horrors is not as it's just not as satisfying to me.
Like there was one that I caught recently. It was it stars Pedro Pascal from before he hit it big, and it is a workplace vampire comedy. Called Blood-Sucking Bastards.
Okay.
And it's really kind of schlocky, but then you sit and watch and you realize that the jokes land. And so you just I sat and watched it. It was immensely entertaining the entire way through. And again, there's nobody. The second biggest name in that movie is Joel Murray.
Oh my god!
The third Murray brother.
Right. There is nobody in that movie, and I'm sitting there going, "Wow, this is really fun." So,
draws. I agree. Vincent Price was awesome.
Barking Fridge has a good one.
Yeah.
You guys are all. I can't find.
Yeah.
Pit in the Pendulum and like I love old school Hammer stuff too. You know, with Cushing and Christopher Lee and stuff like it's fun. I think horror's great.
You ever see the Hammer version of Hound of the Baskervilles?
No.
No.
I'll have to check that out.
But
I think Christopher Lee is Holmes, and and Peter Cushing's Watson.
Yeah. I'll have to check that out.
It's not bad.
They did. You know what's one of my best finds recently is I think it's called Horror Express, and it's about a train. It's got Cushing and Lee, and they're on a train, and it's actually a remake of The Thing from Another Planet, which Carpenter's The Thing was a remake of.
Mm-hmm.
But they set it on a train, and it's about a vampire creature, space creature, that gets thawed out on this train and assumes the look of everyone. I mean, it's the story of The Thing, but it's set on this. I think it's called Horror Express, and at the end you get Telly Savalas as the Russian Cossack gangster.
Oh my god!
It's fabulous. It's really, really good. Yeah, it's really, really good.
Well, Barking Fridge has out there Showgirls, truly frightening. And
oh my god!
And remember that the monster in there is Alan Ration's toupee. But
Neil Hill asks, "Why are you guys not at JoeFest with the rest of us? We're broke, y'all."
Yeah.
And yes, Firefly. Any movie Svengoolie puts on his show, I always enjoy.
Yes,
always enjoy Svengoolie. Long time Svengoolie fan.
My fave is actually Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bolorama, and with that,
I've seen that. It's great. I've seen that movie. It's awesome.
No.
Yeah, it was on Shudder. It was on Shudder not too long ago. It's pretty great.
And with that, let's go ahead and move on into what we got in. Joe Slepski, what'd you get in lately?
Well, I got my Crocmaster.
Oh wow, it showed up.
Well, it showed up to my comic shop in one of those Hasbro promotional things.
Okay.
So Hasbro promo, you're ducking the Joe on Joe podcast, but you're not ducking the comic shop apparently.
Ducking us too, so we know you're putting out an empty shout there.
Yeah. So it came into the shop. Actually, it was one of our customers sold it to us. So I snapped up my Crocmaster. Was able to cancel my Amazon order. But we had Spirit in there.
I was about to say, like, my Amazon order is like still there.
It was saying August for me, so I canceled my Amazon.
So mad.
I got an email this week saying that Crocmaster was coming for me from the Pulse.
Oh, very cool.
And if you look at the Pulse, the ship date is June 27th.
Shut up.
That's so that's
I
great.
Still have
Crocmaster
no Alley
awesome.
Vipers or bats. So I'm still waiting on those.
Also, we did get Spirit and Storm Shadow in too. It was in that promo case, and they look really nice. Like they look really good. Yeah, I wasn't a complete hog, and I let them out on the shelf. I didn't, so our customers could actually get them. So
fair enough.
I have this mental image of you, like just like hoarding these boxes.
I wanted to.
They're mine.
Well, they're great. I've been there. I've been working. I'm their Saturday guy, so I'm there every Saturday. I'm their back issue guy. They're like family. They treat me like family. The Leibowitzes, they're fantastic. So stuff like this comes in, and it's always a balance of like, it's mine, and No, because we have a lot of GI Joe fans that buy there, so I wanted to make sure we got something so we put some in that box with Spirit and Storm Shadow, and there was also a carded Baroness
Mhm.
and the Trooper 2-pack. So we put all those on the shelf so our customers can get
Yeah,
them early.
the O-ring
Yeah.
2-pack. Yeah.
Yeah, and we put them out at not eBay early prices. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so
nice of you.
they were priced appropriately. So.
And just 11 years of continuous support of the product, over 1.5 million hits, doesn't get you on that list. Just so you know. So you're aware.
Yeah, well,
good,
yeah.
it's not better.
I always console myself. I don't do toy reviews, so it would just be gilding my lily for them to send me toys. But not truly not complaining. But
Rack Time Rob, what'd you get
Nothing Joe related.
in? Anything else?
Let's see. I got a Marvel Legends Quasar from Entertainment Earth,
All right.
Oh.
and then Baron
Oh.
Zemo supposedly started showing up in town. I put a pre-order on it. Yeah, I put an online order on it for pickup, and they gave me binary.
Nobody wants binary.
Nobody wants binary. Carol Danvers doesn't want binary, and she was binary.
Right.
Oh my god.
Joe Colton, what'd you get in?
So I didn't get anything Joe related, but I got costume stuff. Ryan Mesler printed me the Jane Foster Thor helmet. It was a little small, but I got that in. And then today I went on an adventure with my friend Magnus and picked up a love seat that a friend of mine in New York City saved from a luxury office building or hotel. Like they were getting rid of like all their furniture, and she was taking video one day, and I was like, "What is that? Where did you get that?" And she's like, "Oh, it's for free." And I was like, "Can you get that for me?" She's like, "Can you get somebody here by 4:30?" And I tried. I made a post. I tried to get like tons of people, but it didn't work. So actually, a friend of mine from the GI Joe community, Kem, who lives up there, went and picked it up right at 4:30, and then took it to his place, and then a week.
The nerve seat.
Nerve seat. So then I begged my friend Magnus, because I had another friend who just couldn't do it. And I don't like pressuring people, and I hate asking for help. So I asked Magnus, and I was like, I'm gonna have treats, and like I'll pay for gas and like lunch and stuff. And so we left not early in the morning, but early enough in the morning, and then went and got it, and then came back, and now it's in our living room.
All right. See Joe Slepski tuned out down there. You telling a story on a podcast?
Yeah.
No.
Like whatever.
No. I was getting texts. from my wife.
He's like, my wife.
Toilet teal.
Wow, we've turned into the Rich Eisen show.
We have, but it's all right. It's worse shows to turn into.
Yes.
So you've got a love seat.
I have a love seat.
Love seat.
Yes. And then
Love seat, baby.
Rack time, baby.
I got a bunch of flowers and stuff that I have to plant, but that no one cares
That's
about
not
that but me and Diana.
Send us some pictures. We'll put them on the Facebook page.
Sure.
We'll put
Of
them
my flowers, really? Why?
Why would we not put up Joe Colton's garden?
Just sneak in a couple action figures next to the flowers, and you just say that you're doing action figure photography. Yeah,
Like he's sneaking around.
yeah. Ricondo hacking through,
Diana wants to see the love seat. We will absolutely. You get me a picture of the love seat, and we'll get it on Instagram.
Same thing with the love seat. Put a Lady J and a Flint in the love seat. Now you have a reason to share.
Love.
So ways around everything, Joe Colton.
Yes. Oh, and I got the magnets in that I was supposed to get for AwesomeCon to like sell, and like a bunch of people have been like buying them straight from me.
So I got stuff in the mail.
Oh, what'd you get?
What do you think you got?
Now. Look, there's peanuts.
Another one? Oh my god. They better be biodegradable. I
Is it?
fucking hate those peanuts.
Is it another beachhead?
It
Number
maybe.
70,000.
Yeah, it is.
Of course it is.
The suspense is like not killing me.
These is non-existent.
A lack of suspense is killing us.
But there is.
Hey,
there is
look!
47.
Awesome.
Yet
That's
another
That's
beachhead.
awesome.
You're just jealous.
Am I?
You are, because it's probably more than you have Red Ninjas, because they never made it in 1986.
No.
And he's got all his gear.
Oh, did this run you like $100?
No.
Okay.
Again, I am a disciplined buyer.
Mm,
I have a line that I do not cross.
okay.
And that has applied to every purchase I have made in that collection.
Wow, we have very different shopping sprees.
And look, it's an envelope.
These beachheads are gonna start paying rent.
And I have scissors.
Wes has the same pair of scissors.
It's,
Is it yet another beachhead?
I don't know.
How are you not able to open an envelope?
Just be careful. We don't need to see like horror porn on this video feed.
Horror porn.
Accidentally stabbing yourself.
Kick in the crotch on the love suit.
Thick in the crotch, baby.
I can't cut through the bubble wrap.
As big as a whale, it's about to set sail.
Oh my god, what is happening?
Oh, yeah.
Nerve.
The lure beachhead.
Hop in my mauler. It fits about one.
I haven't. So Torpedo 83. I haven't bought any Santas lately. So I have been on the lookout though. So if you guys find any Santas,
Well, when it's July, they'll start rolling in.
Sooner than you think.
Hallmark will put all their stuff out.
Remember,
probably after September.
I did work at a Target, remember, and yeah, August sounds about right.
Is it August? I thought it was September.
It doesn't get to the shelves usually before Labor Day, but it's already filling up their back rooms
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
probably before July's over.
That's weird.
Oh no, that's retail. It's always about what's next. It's never about what's going on right at the time.
This is July, August is about when the Christmas graphics would show up at Penny's. Yeah.
Good God.
Oh my
Yeah, this
god!
is-
Is it made out
This
of gold?
is wrapped up like the Maltese Falcon.
I gotta give
Think of
No.
the bubble wrap.
my hats off there, but yeah,
No.
it's number 48.
That means I have to buy more Red Ninjas because this is ridiculous. Like I don't want you anywhere near the number of Red Ninjas I have.
I have so much junk on this keyboard right now that I can't open anything else. Because good Lord, I got nowhere. I can barely function the computer at this point. So Joe Slepski, shout it out, man. Let's get out of here.
All right, Joe and Joe Pod. Check it out at Joe and Joe Pod, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check my podcast out. Listen up. It's a good time. Mid-July, look out for a big Cobra Convergence drop.
Ooh.
And you hopefully won't be disappointed, but Mike did a fabulous voice on it, and I'm very happy with so far as it's coming together.
Did he do sexy voice or did he do announcer voice?
He did sexy
French
hawk
voice.
voice. Sexy hawk.
Nerve.
He did Captain Stubing voice.
The nation is not suffering a beachhead shortage.
It is.
It was a 1986 figure. There's at least 1.5 million of them out there.
You have half of those.
Getting there. I need a cutter. I think I have 2 cutters actually.
No, you don't. You don't need any cutter.
I think I have 2 cutters.
I have a life-size cutter.
Yeah, you can keep them.
Yeah.
I love when Cutter made the move to go shirtless.
Oh no!
I mean, that was a bold move on Cutter's
Nobody
part.
likes that. Hush
Like,
you.
I'm going to stop drugs and lose my shirt.
DEF cutter.
Yeah. Just give me that. I just want to be safe in the water. That's it. It's all I care about. Nipples out.
Sun's out.
Disturbing.
Everything out.
Yeah.
Crack time, Rob. Shout it out.
Shout out to the Peanut Gallery this week. Thanks for watching. Stay
We
safe,
appreciate
everybody.
it, right?
Yes.
Oh, there's the gun and the ammo pack. Joe Colton, go ahead and shout it out.
So I'm gonna shout out to my parents who got the passport.
Yeah.
Yay, they didn't have to wait 6 months. So mom will be visiting. And then shout out to Magnus, Kia, and Kem for helping me with my love seek. And to you guys, every Friday.
Say it right.
What?
Love seek.
I can't do that. I don't do the voices. You do the voices.
She's just gonna have to do the tin roof rusted part.
I only do the swearing.
All right, that's fair.
And
an excellent job you do of it.
Yes, within so somebody said tonight, because I swore right off the bat, they were like, already? Oh my God, did I miss it? So it's like, but yeah, and you guys, it's always a pleasure to be on the podcast every Friday and discuss G.I. Joe and other things and golf.
And
Don't really know anything about
golf. Because we added to Joe Colton.
I mean, the character's name could have been Hole in One.
that. I understand.
Yeah, his name would have been Hole in One. He would have had like an array of golf clubs.
I would just be hoping for Stan the caddy.
But real quick, as we bring it on in, I'm going to give a shout out to our good friend Brian Lower, Hooded Cobra Commander 788, for taking time out of his busy trip and his schedule to guest with us for a few minutes there at the beginning of the show. Round of applause there. Give a shout out to our whole 2 hours guest, Joe Slepski, Joe on Joe podcast.
Thank you. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Why is no one else applauding?
I haven't earned it.
I gotta keep the computer from sliding out of my
Not enough Three Stooges references.
I guess
had I pulled the Jimmy Durante, I would have earned it. But I didn't.
Give a shout out to everybody watching at home. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight live. If you're catching us on replay, we still appreciate you too. If you're watching us at all, make sure you get over to YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel, watch our other videos. Mm-hmm. We have this much fun every week. I swear, I promise. Honest, really. And give a shout out to the Honcho, who should be back next week. Finally returned from his family vacation. Everybody at JoeFest, be sure to keep yourself safe getting home. We appreciate you. And that about does it.
Yeah. Lots of love to everybody. Lots of love to all the ladies out there thinking of you today.
Yeah, I have to admit, it was difficult prepping for today, given everything that went down, and I don't want to get into that too much here on the program. But coming out for you folks always makes it a little bit easier. So if we were a distraction for everything of the heavy stuff going on for you, you are for us too, and Lord knows we appreciate that. But for my co-hosts, Joe Colton, Robbie Irizarry, for our special guest, Joe Slepski, I'm Mike Irizarry. Thanks for joining us here on What's on Joe Mind, sponsored by Kokomo Toys, whose ad I forgot to play this week, but it happens sometimes. Everybody have a great rest of the weekend. Good night. Good luck. Stay safe. And yo, Joe.